Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, October 31st. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. So for the first time in a long time, we had an incredibly accommodating market today. Incredibly accommodating, right? And it had the same MGI throughout the entire day. ES goes out on our checklist sheet with a 9-0 win for the Bears, 7-0 for NQ. Doesn't get more powerful than that. We had large gaps. We had open and drive down, which incredibly held. We do hold trend in ES, and we go out with a price probe in ES. NQ has a large gap. However, they took their trend day back. Not only didn't they probe, they do have a poor low. However, NQ has a chance, depending on where we close tomorrow, for an outside week down, as they took out last week's high and last week's low, and for now closed below it. So we'll see how tomorrow closes. Righty goes out, comes back into balance on the daily, afternoon rally high in H, a 9-wide POC, and a price probe. So NQ just has the poor low and 9-wide POC and a very large sell tail and the gap. Plus they have that island gap. Remember, they gapped higher and then they gapped lower. So I'm going to leave that reference because right now those 4 days are being left all alone up there. Plus we have the filling of today's gap up above at yesterday's low. ES goes out with a nice gap, a highest accepted price, a double distribution day, and a price probe. But they missed, look at this, they missed the 7th weekly low by 1 tick. So they're 1 tick, they're weak against October 7th's low. So in the last trading day of the month, we took back almost the entire month. Okay? Volume is in the 50s, nothing great. Amazon's earnings came out. I saw initially they were up. Apple comes out around 420. A, B, and C was just a fantastic day for me. Again, I was down just under 6,300 on Monday. I'm now up 1,200. I made 245 points today. So puts me up 1,200 for the week. So I'm very proud of how I battled. Believe it or not, my first trade was in ES. I actually took a long against the overnight low to see if they would front run it because it was at a very visual level and the overnight was short. I made 2 points on it. That's it. I made a couple of points on it. But it worked. Actually, no, I did not make 2 points. I don't know. Now, it seems so long ago, the opening. I either made or lost 2 points. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure. But regardless, it was nothing. Then after that, NQ. Shorted my 5 lot to get the overnight low. Shorted any ebb and flow, any push up. Shorted the 15-minute turnover, which kicked down real hard. When you're down that hard and the market's moving, the algos will generally fire the way the market's moving on the 15-minute and half hour, especially when the market's down a lot. And it did. So A was fantastic. Then B period to get A's low. And again, some more ebb and flow trading. Then C period. Okay, C period, we had single prints, filled them, shorted that, and then when it came down, took the short to get the IB low. So A, B, and C was just a fantastic 3 time frames. Believe it or not, my next 2 trades were longs in F and G. I thought we were going to stop the 1-time framing since NQ was having trouble. They had one little set of single prints. I thought they were going to take out E's high and fill them. Now, we didn't fill them until M period, but I still made money in F and G on those longs because I was just doing them quick and not staying married to them. The one trade I missed, not that I missed it, but where I had my offer in was an H. Those single prints were very small in C. I thought the odds of filling them were very good, so I was offered at 19. Well, we got up to 15.50, I think. So it's not that I missed it. It just didn't go and fill the single prints at that point. It would have been a very nice short in H. I did lose on a short in I. I thought they were going to get the day's low. Took the short, came back up, lost 20 points on that. but then made a nice, took a short in J to make a new low on the day. In J period. And then in L, I took a short to go back to get the 9 wide POC. So again, just look, when the market is that accommodating and readable, it makes our job very enjoyable. Never easy, but enjoyable. Now the tempo was very nice in A, B, and C. It definitely dried up late in the day. Now M period was its usual shit show, okay? And I told the room, look, on a normal day with the market down so much, if they rally them, they probably rally them too early and they come down. However, because you have those two big tech earnings tonight, I'm not so sure if that would happen because the market was down a lot and I thought maybe you'd get more short covering, at least in NQ, to keep it up. Well, they did attempt an M period, but they certainly came in at late in the day to go probe in ES and leave a poor low in NQ. I'm not going to go over the destinations. I put these in bigger increments so my trading room can still watch what's going on with Amazon and NQ, Apple earnings when they come out. Now let's go to the charts, okay? We'll show you a couple of things here. So first off, let's start with ES. Here's their weekly. Remember, they were in a 2-week balance. They just broke out of it to the downside. So right now in the S&P, the monthly is still very healthy. It's up. But the weekly is now down. And the daily is certainly down, with the gap being my main focus. All these days are underwater. So something's changed. We got very close to the 50-day moving average, which is at 568.39. Today's low is 568.44. Okay? So they bounced off it for now. Now, let's look at NQ. NQ, here's your island, right? You had a gap higher 5 days ago, and now a gap lower today. So these 4 days just left all alone up here. So I want to keep an eye on when that gap fills and then today's gap. Okay? But for now, the daily is firmly down. The weekly took out last week's high and last week's low. I think they took out last week's low by enough. I'm going to call them down. The bigger question is, will it be an outside week down after tomorrow? And then let's just look at Amazon real quick because their earnings are out. They are up $7, $8 right now with their earnings. Don't forget, though, both Microsoft and Facebook were up at this time yesterday. And then look what happened today. Down 24 for Facebook and Microsoft down $26. So we'll see what Apple does. We're finally going to do average volume. So that's another thing to keep in mind. We were down pretty good today in the S&P and the NASDAQ. But the volume still isn't there, okay? We're barely going to do average in ES. NQ is above average right now, but not by a lot. So yes, what does that tell us? It tells you it's still short-term players running the market. I hope you had a good day trading. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. And we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.